On behalf of the Office of Sponsored Programs at James Madison University, we welcome you to Cayuse Sponsored Programs. Starting in July of 2025, JMU will use Cayuse Sponsored Programs, or Cayuse SP, as the starting point for all grant applications. Cayuse is a web-based platform that stores your proposal documents and routes them for internal approval. It provides a centralized system for managing proposals, awards, and compliance processes at the pre-award stage. Please note, however, that Cayuse will not replace JMU's current financial systems or track expenses after the time of award. To access Cayuse, visit the Quick Login Access page and scroll down. You will see a link to Cayuse on the right-hand side. Alternatively, you can reach Cayuse by going directly to jmu.cayuse.com. You will be prompted to enter your JMU EID and password, followed by dual-factor authentication. Once you are inside Cayuse, navigate to the top right-hand corner, select Products, and then Sponsored Programs. This selection will take you to the Proposals dashboard screen, which shows you a glimpse of all your current and pending proposals. Notice that you can filter your proposals by their status, such as in development or under review, as well as perform searches for specific elements of the proposal form in the search bar. To begin a new proposal, select the Start New Proposal button in the upper right-hand corner. In most cases, you will select the first option in the prompt to create a new project. Only select the second option if your proposal is a continuation or a supplement to an existing award. Next, you will see the proposal form. The proposal form has several sections related to different aspects of your proposal. We won't go into all of these sections, but be aware that each section on the left-hand side is clickable and can be completed in varying order. You'll also notice a red circle with a number beside the proposal section titles. This number indicates the amount of required questions remaining in each section. There are two general questions in Cayuse: required and optional. Required questions must be answered and are marked with red asterisks. Optional questions do not have to be answered, but please consider answering them wherever possible to better enhance our data. Furthermore, some questions will require you to search and select from pre-existing options. For example, under the question for sponsor, you'll search for the sponsor and select the correct option. These answers are manually maintained by the Office of Sponsored Programs, so if you don't see an option available, please reach out and we will add them. Let's take a closer look at a few of the proposal sections. Navigating on the left-hand side to Key Personnel, you will land on a new screen where you can list your project team members. Only JMU personnel can be added to this section. You only need to list key personnel, such as the principal investigator, co-principal investigators, and any senior personnel subject to conflict of interest requirements. You do not need to add everyone that appears on your budget by name. You'll also notice an option for internal association. This drop-down is generally linked to the org code from which you are paid, and will affect how your proposal is routed for approval. In other words, your internal association will link you to the appropriate department head and dean at the time of review. We will come back to the routing feature in a moment. Moving on. Navigate on the left-hand side to the Summary Budget section, where you will find an area to input your budgetary information. Notice that for the first two questions, you will upload files of your budget and budget justification as answers. Just as before, you will work with your assigned grant specialist in the Office of Sponsored Programs to complete your budget. Scrolling downwards, the remaining sections have skip logic enabled to reduce the amount of questions answered. In other words, if you answer yes to certain questions, then follow-up questions will appear on the screen. For example, if you answer yes to having overload pay, another question will appear on the screen where you can upload your overload pay form. You will find many instances of skip logic throughout other sections of the proposal form. Please be sure to read and answer each question carefully. If you're not sure how to answer a particular question, don't hesitate to reach out to your grant specialist for assistance. Moving on. After you have completed all of the proposal sections, you will be able to route your proposal for review. Navigating upwards, you will find the Routing tab next to the Proposal Form tab. The routing function sends all of your proposal materials and information to a chain of reviewers, including your department head and dean. Routing is only available after all required questions have been answered, and routing will occur simultaneous for co-principal investigators reviewers too, in addition to the principal investigator. As mentioned previously, Cayuse determines your reviewers based on the internal associations selected under key personnel in the proposal form. You will be able to see your reviewers in the table under the Routing tab before routing. Make sure to check this early in the process, and let your grant specialist know if any of the information needs to be adjusted. Once your materials have been reviewed and approved by all reviewers, you can begin the final stage of submitting your application. Remember that Cayuse is only an internal portal that stores your information and documents. It will not submit your proposal materials automatically. Depending on the type of application, you may need to continue to coordinate with the Office of Sponsored Programs to finalize your submission. Lastly, a note about awards in Cayuse. Returning to the proposals dashboard, you will see another tab for awards towards the top of the screen. Awards are related to your proposal, but are stored separately on Cayuse. Once a proposal is awarded, you will not need to enter the same details over again. The Office of Sponsored Programs will take care of reviewing the award document, negotiating with the sponsor if needed, and setting up the award form for you. Once the award is processed and assigned a department ID, you will receive a request in your email to certify that the award information is correct. At that point, after certification, your award is ready to go. This concludes our instructional video. As always, if you have any questions about the grants process or need assistance with Cayuse, please reach out to the Office of Sponsored Programs, and we will be happy to assist. We thank you for tuning in and wish you the best of luck on your next grant application.